world of sport is a fickle, ever-changing beast. But you'll be ready to watch, prepare. But don't just take my word for it. Download the app and see for yourself why Bet365 is the world's favourite online betting brand. And please, gamble responsibly.
Sky Sports coverage of the Premier League brought to you by EA Sports FIFA 23.
You will not want to miss this tonight. Manchester United taking on Liverpool, but perhaps a second screen option as well we can offer you with 100 continuing. Welsh Fire up against Southern Brave. And remember, you can watch that along on a second screen as we bring you the Monday Night Football live from Old Trafford as well. We heard from Erik ten Hag, Roy, the Manchester United manager, explaining tactically why he might not want to start Cristiano Ronaldo, having the legs of Elanga, the legs and pace of Rashford at the top of the pitch.
Yeah, and there's obviously issues with Ronaldo's fitness, whatever about other stuff, wanting to lead the club, but he's missed all the pre-season, he's not up to speed, and Man United tonight, you would just certainly be thinking counter-attacking, getting him behind Liverpool, and that's what he's gone with, and obviously the fruit... we'll soon find out if he's made the right choice.
Does hard work have to be the minimum requirement?
Yeah, of course, that goes without saying. You can't keep repeating yourself. The players that's got to get to these players' heads. Obviously, you've got to work harder and be smarter with their play tonight. There's a time to press and there's a time to drop in. United have got to get that balance right. If they don't, they'll be ripped apart like they did last year.
What do you think of Jamie's assessment of Lisandro Martinez, and potentially this kind of game might actually suit him?
Possibly so, because obviously there's worries about his height and the aerial threat. But yeah, he's been brought to the club to play in these big games. That's what you're playing Man United for. He's got to work up with an next Varane, who's won the Champions League a number of times. So he's got that experience around him. But it's a big test, but that's why they signed him, to play in these big games.
And it's so big. Liverpool have never won 3 times here in succession, but they too are desperate for the victory. It's 3 defeats to start this season. Unthinkable for Manchester United.
Well, it's hard to imagine that. Obviously, it's possible because Liverpool are so good, but you got to focus on a decent performance. Can't be giving goals away like they have over the last couple of games. They need a better start. If they get the first goal, fantastic. Run harder, but be smarter, and show why you're playing for Man United. It's a great atmosphere tonight. It's lively, but United need a good start.
How crucial could that first goal be? We were talking to Jurgen Klopp. They've conceded first in the last 6 games.
Yeah, but Liverpool are the stronger squad and more capable of recovering from a goal down. You fear for Man United if they go goal down and they open themselves up. Liverpool have done it here before. They're more than capable of ripping United apart. First goal, fight for Man United.
Here they come. There is a real crackle in the air at Old Trafford tonight. It's a red Monday. It's a red hot Monday. But will it be Manchester United or Liverpool flying their flags in the northwest tonight? Our match commentators, Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, alongside Martin Tyler.
Thank you, David. Good evening, everyone. It is a measure of the competition in the Premier League that here we are, the last game of only the 3rd round of matches. Only one club, Arsenal, has a 100% record, and neither of these 2 footballing giants has won a game. Talk about red hot. My 2 companions here have arrived at the Gallop, but you've already tasted the atmosphere from very close quarters down there.
Absolutely, it's going to be incredible in that first 15 minutes of the game. I think that Manchester United's more critical for them, obviously, at the start of the game, well, with what's happened in the last couple of weeks. If you're Liverpool, you just get right after that Manchester United team and try and break them early.
Erik ten Hag has had 9 days to stew over the Brentford debacle, and this selection is the result of his deliberations. David De Gea still in goal, but the club captain, Harry Maguire, is dropped. Rafael Varane comes in. Lisandro Martinez stays in, despite being taken off at half-time at Brentford, as was Luke Shaw, who does lose out to the new signing, Tyrell Malacia. Fred is also replaced by his replacement at Brentford, Scott McTominay, and a 4th substitute in that game, Anthony Elanga, effectively replaces Cristiano Ronaldo. Marcus Rashford scored both goals the last time United beat Liverpool in the league 4 years ago. Anthony Martial is back in contention from the bench. Well, Jurgen Klopp goes for a 3rd Premier League win in a row at Old Trafford with this lineup. his goalkeeper Alisson. Virgil van Dijk, though, has a third different centre-back partner already this season. Joe Gomez following Joel Matip, and last Monday Nat Phillips. A change in midfield too, with Jordan Henderson replacing Fabinho. Harvey Elliott plays against United for the very first time. Darwin Núñez doesn't play, starts his 3-game ban, but Roberto Firmino, who missed the Crystal Palace match with injury, is fit and reaches his double century of Premier League starts. There's still no Thiago, Jota, Jones, Matip, Konate and others. And both these rivals without a win. Points even more important than pride tonight. United against Liverpool, and it's live. Well, they've faced each other once before in the Champions League group games. Ajax against Liverpool, 1-0 to Liverpool on both occasions. But plenty of water under the bridge since then.
Yeah, of course, yeah, they were obviously tough games. I remember those games. They were on the back of Liverpool having huge problems with Virgil van Dijk being out for a long time. That was the first game, but talking about centre-backs, it'll be really interesting to see how Manchester United's centre-back partnership deals, certainly with that man and the form he's in, not just for Liverpool, but certainly against Manchester United, and certainly a big night for Joe Gomez. It's been a long time since his partner Virgil van Dijk. Great partnership that went on to win Liverpool the league, but seems to have lost his place now.
I think in midfield, Eriksen, you know, he loves to get on the ball, as does Bruno Fernandes. And if you're Milner and Henderson in that Liverpool midfield, you'll be looking to get right up against them and close them down.
Well, it's a testing night for Harvey Elliott, but he's proved himself in big games before. But this is a special type of big match. Manchester United against Liverpool. The youngest Manchester United lineup for 15 months. And the legs important. Bruno Fernandes trying to close down Alisson straight away. Van Dijk sweeps it forward, looking for Salah. And Malacia was pretty cool. It came off for him. There's an element of risk about it. Gomez lets it run. Here's Alexander-Arnold. 50 years since these great rivals met in a league fixture in August. Liverpool won then 2-0. And United won none of their first 9 games back in 1972. It's going to be spicy.
Yeah, and Martinez, obviously Erik ten Hag mentioned it before the game. He's looking for his team to push up and show aggression and fight.
Malacia. Bruno Fernandes with leadership responsibilities. I guess it's fair to say you guys played in this fixture so often, but you never really get used to it. Everyone's a challenge every time you square up.
Well, Gary mentioned, Martin, that the first 20 minutes are vital for Manchester United to build confidence going into the game. I think Liverpool maybe should have had a corner there, but put a few challenges in.
Varane, hustled by Robertson. Liverpool press. De Gea goes long. Maybe after what happened at Brentford, he won't be going short in the early stages.
Yeah, well, the first goal kick went long, Martin. I'm really interested to see what Manchester United do. And speaking to Erik ten Hag, he said a lot of the plan wasn't to just go short all the time at Brentford. It was to bypass the midfield. And he certainly did that on the first one.
Luis Diaz, who scored a worldie of a goal last Monday when they were down to 10 men. Got a point that Liverpool did deserve in the end. Alexander-Arnold forcing it forward. Now the 50-50's being fought for, as you'd expect, and the 30-70s as well. It's interesting that Fabinho's been left out. He didn't play in the 5-0 here. Milner and Henderson did.
Brilliant start, Manchester United. They need to build that confidence and get the crowd with them. And that certainly happened in the first 7 minutes. Really good opportunity now for Eriksen from this range.
He's eyeing up the angles. Alisson's eyeing up the degree of difficulty, which isn't quite as much as it might have been, but it's led to a United corner. Early pressure. from this reshaped side.
Well, there were no positives at Brentford other than probably his fight in that second half. Milicia was over to take this corner.
Varane on the edge of the D, wrestling with Henderson. It's a very deep one. Headed back by Bruno Fernandes, and Van Dijk can shepherd it back to Alisson. Right, his throw.
They're just doing the basics well in this first 8 minutes, Manchester United. They're getting close to people, they're putting the challenge in, they're sprinting to the ball to throw it quickly.
They are in an extraordinary position, given all the criticism that they've had, that if they win, they go above Liverpool. If they lose, they're back on the bottom of the table. Having been usurped by West Ham yesterday. Robertson. Good reach by McTominay. What's he got with the pass? Pretty decent one. Fernandes. In comes Elanga. Hits the post. Comes out to Sancho. Liverpool trying to regroup. And Robertson gets a foot in. McTominay to Fernandes to Elanga. But the frame of the goal denied Manchester United the opener.
Some pass from McTominay, and the desire to get there from Bruno Fernandes is fantastic. And then Elanga, he's 1v1 against the best in the business. He gets it past him.
United corner. Dealt with partially by Van Dijk. Well, Liverpool have gone 1-0 down in the last 6 games. They haven't lost any of them in the Premier League. And they could so easily have been 1-0 down again, Jamie.
Yeah, but Liverpool need to wake up. Really brilliant start from Manchester United. I mean, where's Trent? I mean, Gomez is miles away. I mean, he's got to score. He should score, and Manchester United should be in front. They've made a brilliant start. They really have. But Liverpool need to wake up and get to the party. I mean, what were Liverpool expecting? Old Trafford on the back of those 2 results. The atmosphere here is going to be electric. They're going to start fast, obviously. Far too quick for Liverpool at the moment.
Fernandes slow to pick himself up. And out comes David De Gea, coming in on the act.
Well, there haven't been too many good moments at Old Trafford for Manchester United's players over the last 6 to 8 months, but they're just getting a taste of what it can be like with a crowd behind them.
Is that evidence, the first 2 chances for United, the reason why he's picked that team? Pace in the front 3.
Definitely, I mean, the energy up front is noticeably different.
Eriksen. Jurgen Klopp, he understood when he said that he'd rather, coming here, that Manchester United have won 5-0 the last game, not lost 4. He expected a backlash. And his team have got to try and cope with it. Nothing has dented the scoreline as yet, but very close. Anthony Elanga. Milner. Trying to slow the game down, Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold. Can't keep it in. Not one willingly to take a back seat.
Not even before the game.
Blank you, didn't
Well, that's a good stat, isn't it? That in the last 14 games they've scored 13 Premier League goals. The own goal is the only one they've scored this season. By McAllister of Brighton. Here's the man who scored the last goal as a Manchester United player back in May against Brentford here, Rafa Varane. Yes, Brentford. Martinez stretching Liverpool, Alexander-Arnold in particular, taking on with Elanga. Mark Oliver lets the game go on. And the pass aimed at Salah was well cut out by Malacia. There's a left-back with real personality.
That's the thing that stood out last week for me, I have to say. It was an abysmal day for Manchester United, and you're looking for something, and he was the only one. He had some real fight in that second half, and even the start of this game. It's really lively and sharp.
Remember, it was 5-0 here back in October, Liverpool's last visit. They were already 2 up at this stage. Nowhere near David De Gea, really, so far. This is more promising. Luis Diaz going through the middle, by the head of Martinez. Gomez stepping in. Van Dijk,
Pass.
brilliant pass to Salah, who's got past Malacia into Firmino. Not quite into Firmino. Back from Henderson.
That was a brilliant challenge from Varane in the middle of the box. Outstanding.
Here's Sancho. The ball by Fernandes, chased by Rashford, and everything they're chasing, they're reaching at the moment, this young Manchester United lineup. Fernandes. Can't get into a shooting position, Christian Eriksen. Back with Martinez. Relentless Reds at the moment. And it comes for Jadon Sancho. Still Sancho. Cool as you like. Done with ice in his veins. And it's no more than Manchester United deserve. And Liverpool are 1-0 down again. Inquests, arguments. They haven't got going, Liverpool. Manchester United have, and it shows on the scoreline.
Well, it was absolutely brilliant. It's been frantic at times, but then the football that they played, this little 1-2, the ball comes across and then there's the composure from Sancho. Manchester United needed that, he needed that. He sells the dummy. Milner goes down, he sets himself. They deserved it, they've been the better team for 15 minutes, and they've now got the goal to go with it.
Well, you're right, Gary. It's exactly what Manchester United deserve. They really have. You'd be delighted with the start of the game. On the ball and off the ball. Liverpool haven't been able to cope with the start. The intensity of Manchester United. Liverpool need to wake up defensively. They're all over the place. And certainly on that right-hand side. Trent has had as poor as 17 minutes at the start of the game as you can ever remember him in a Liverpool shirt. He needs to wake up.
Liverpool unbeaten in the last 8 Premier League meetings with Manchester United. They've won the last 3. Tough. Liverpool not really defending as a team. And sort of bursting through down that side. And Gomez's side, Alexander-Arnold's side. Elliott. Robertson. Henderson. Robertson again. Waits for Firmino. Pick out Elliott. Drops to Milner. Good determination by Henderson. Diaz. Still going. Still going! Having Made the virtually impossible possible against Palace. He's looking to come up with something similar here.
Yeah, a bit of quality from Diaz. A little wall pass with Elliott. Just shifts it. He's having to dig it out in the end. It's under his feet.
Liverpool's first shot. It's very critical of their performance in their away game at Fulham, which finished 2-2. Nice shake of the head here. Confident bearing. Well, talked about the players' body language at Brentford. Good managerial body language from the new boss here. The way his selection have started the game. It's a long way to go. Liverpool will be working hard to have their say.
We spun around Eric Ten Hag in the first couple of games. We analysed it on Monday Night Football, saying certain things that weren't working. And every goal kick, whenever the goalkeeper's out, they've gone wrong. And that's exactly the right thing to do against the Liverpool team who press so well. Why play into the hands?
Salah was through the middle. Here's Sancho. In for Marcus Rashford's run. No foul.
Yeah, it's a hot knife through butter at the moment. They're just getting in behind Liverpool.
Well, last time Van Dijk and Gomez played together was the 7-2 away at Aston Villa. It feels like you're watching something similar here. Embarrassing how easy it is for Manchester United now. Every time they go forward, they look like they're going to score.
That front four are lively. Elanga, Fernandes, Rashford and Sancho are really at it. I wondered how Eric Ten Hag would be able to pick them up this week after what happened at Brentford, the pressure that's built, but what a first 20 minutes. Long way to go, but it's a good start.
Van Dijk. Elliott. Firmino. There's Diaz through the middle. Sancho, coolly done again. Trying to get Rashford in behind Van Dijk, but he just put the brakes on that time. And that high line is exposable.
It's been Eriksen and McTominay winning the ball back and then punching it into Fernandes or pushing it through the lines. Oh dear.
Liverpool are rattled.
They are. You watch this great Liverpool side over this last 3 or 4 years, you don't often see them like this, if at all. He'll be worried about what he's seen so far.
I mean, the big worry you mentioned before, Martin, how often Liverpool concede the first goal. It's happened so often now. They're just not starting games well. More often than not, they do. Not go on to lose the game, they get something out of it, but you're just giving yourself a mountain to climb week in, week out.
Headed on by Rashford. Here's Robertson. And 1 or 2 sorties down the near touchline beneath us, but Alexander-Arnold's hardly been able to get forward at all. The fullback's so important in Liverpool's attacking play. Nice control from Elliott. And here's Salah. Firmino making his way into the middle. Diaz is already there. Elliott for Milner. He's tried to get behind Martinez and keep the ball in play. Did the first bit, but not the second.
I think he might just have been offside anyway. James Milner, there's a flag went up after that. It went out irrespective. Yeah, David De Gea's on the ball. There's no tippy-tappy from the back this week.
There's been a fair bit of talk about the wisdom, or lack of it, of letting Dean Henderson go to Nottingham Forest, where he's already made an impact on their season, saving a penalty against West Ham. David De Gea has been here a long time now, and he's served the club well. It wasn't his finest half an hour, shall we say, at Brentford. has been able to get him players that he knows, like Malacia and Martinez, and Christian Eriksen, of course, as well.
And look where Martinez is. Look at the rest of the back threes, and look where Martinez is pushed into midfield.
They look a lot more difficult to play through Manchester United when Liverpool are getting the ball in here. There's always Manchester United players picking the ball up, winning the second ball.
Elanga, who hit the post before the goal, and might be certainly again just outside, but he's causing problems, and this time there is a card. I think they know where the weak spot is.
Yeah, he's been lucky, to be fair, not to be booked before that. I think the first one was definitely a booking. Elanga recognises that he can get him. He slips in between Alexander-Arnold and Gomez.
To be fair to Alexander-Arnold, he needs a bit more help, maybe further up the pitch. Manchester United looking to embroider the evening further.
He'll shoot, won't he?
And maestro in these situations, Christian Eriksen. Needed reaching.
Some touch. Thought he'd go for that top far corner, and he does. It's almost perfect.
Crucial fingertips. They've still got, after surviving the free kick, a corner to defend now. Moran trying to get free. It's over the back of him, over Fernandez. And Liverpool need a bit of breathing space, and they've got it for a moment or two. He's following Ralph Rangnick, who lost 4-0 at Anfield in April. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, whose team was in charge when they went down 5-0 here in October. There's a lot of talk about 30 years of the Premier League. In that very first season, Manchester United lost their first 2 games. Away to Sheffield United, here against Everton. They still went on to be champions in the inaugural season. And they lost by almost identical scorelines as well. The defeats were 2-1 and 3-0 rather than 4-0. Dalot. Now Gomez. Manchester United still pressing. Robertson. Yes. They'll get there and get away from Varane, and that's the caution.
There was a little ricochet that just left Varane short. There's Dalot and McTominay on this side. Just there, pops off McTominay, and Varane has a decision to make: chase back or commit, and he committed. Wasn't there.
Once the ball had gone, the man was going no further. Highish line from Ten Hag's team now, taken by Robertson, not by McTominay. Bit of a strange day, heavy downpours around mid-afternoon, and then suddenly it's got very warm, and the more heat engendered by the performance from the home players inside the opening half an hour here. Firmino. Alexander-Arnold is up the pitch this time. Milner. Squeeze it on. Henderson doing a bit of chasing, and he's won it well. Firmino. Brooks for Elliott. Milner just squeezes it wide to Alexander-Arnold. Now Salah. Henderson, who started it all off with a bit of expert pressing, but he didn't come up with an expert volley to round it off.
It's actually a decent chance.
Yeah, it's probably more than a half chance, but maybe he'd want a different player coming onto it. But I mean, Just needs to be a simple pass there from Firmino. Why is he trying to complicate it? But Liverpool do well. Keep the attack going, sustain the pressure. Jordan Henderson just coming there on the edge of the box. He just gets it all wrong. Thinks he shins it in the end.
Van Dijk. Moran's header. Van Dijk again. Challenged by Rashford. Van Dijk needed yet again. Robertson. Now Luis Diaz. A real scrap. Well, if you didn't know too much about this fixture, and there can't be many of you watching we can say that about, but there's a little cameo of United v Liverpool down the years.
And that's been a really good battle, that one, right throughout the game. He's done really well, Dalot, but he has been trying to take the fight to him, Diaz. Probably the one Liverpool player in attack where when he's getting the ball, you feel like something may happen. He's really showing energy and fight in this first half an hour.
That's a big job. He showed in the second half of last season how good a player he is, but Sadio Mane has moved on. He's done so much for Liverpool. He's now strutting his stuff for Bayern Munich. Firmino. Henderson switching the play to Robertson. Better spell from Liverpool here. Luis Diaz. Blocked by Dalot. Good battle between the two.
Yeah, 'cause that's a tough one, him getting you in the box one-on-one. Very difficult to go and engage. He also has got you going back the way. You're just trying to guide him away from goal, and he does that, Dalot.
It's taken half an hour, but Liverpool have their first corner. And they're crowding David De Gea. Henderson trying to flick it on, it's just too high for him. Alexander-Arnold had taken the corner, hoists it back in, but they've got too much bend on it. Casemiro taking it all in.
He's going to be thinking, am I going to get in this team?
5 Champions League. He smells danger. I think that's a great quality in a central midfield player. He's had Luka Modric and Toni Kroos for company. It's been a triumphant trio. I think he wants to play with Fred, from what he's been saying after the move came through, what he was saying in Spain. Colleagues in Brazil's national team. That's a strange one from Alisson. Didn't want to open himself out and play it upfield. Players improved in Klopp's team, but 1 or 2 nerves still surfacing. Martinez wasting no time, so too Gomez, but it's over Salah. Malacia. A good picture of what was around him. Confidently played out of trouble. The 2 balls on, really. I think Rashford might have been offside. Sancho maybe not so. A more narrow position on the right.
Possession last 15 minutes, definitely Liverpool have come into it. Obviously, you see those numbers. But watching the game, it still feels like Manchester United look more like scoring with that 17% possession rather than the 83%.
Direct work for David De Gea so far. Down to the best half an hour he's had in his short time in the job.
watched that game last week, you think you can't get any lower, and then you see this half an hour of fight and spirit and energy, harassing Liverpool, making it uncomfortable for them. And they've set something here, Manchester United's players, that they can't really fall behind again. It's the basics that they've not been doing, they're doing them tonight.
And out comes Alisson. It looked as though he was more favourite to get there, but the throw's been taken quickly. It was very much on the stretch, the Liverpool goalkeeper. Sancho. Henderson. Now Elliott. That's a kind of rapid response that Manchester United have been producing. Remember, 2 draws for Liverpool so far. At Fulham, where Jurgen Klopp was critical. At home to Crystal Palace last Monday Night Football. And the manager was much happier. Another benchmark, of course, the Community Shield. A really convincing win over Manchester City. This is better, much better from Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold comes out to Elliott. Dalot. The ball's on, Rashford's making the runs. Wasn't quite executed then. Liverpool finding their feet at Old Trafford.
I think you always associate Jurgen Klopp's teams, not always just playing good football, but you expect those runs in behind all the time. I can't think of a time where the sort of forward players have made runs in behind. They're always coming to the ball.
McTominay. The second attempt.
You're right, Gary. I mean, certainly Firmino, and then he comes deeper and deeper now. We just haven't seen that in behind. Harvey Elliott's doing the same. Henderson, Milner, the midfield players just haven't been able to get in behind with Salah and Diaz.
But Salah and Diaz are staying wide. You expect them to make those runs in between full-back and centre-back. They're just staying wide. I think it's making it more comfortable for United. They're getting it in these deep positions and having to go back the way.
Yeah, they keep coming short of feet, and their full-back's really tight and aggressive on them on both sides.
Milner.
Now, where's the run?
Luis Diaz. He was a scorer in the 4-0 win the last time the teams met at Anfield in April. Elliott. Here's Milner trying to run in behind. No nonsense from Lisandro Martinez. Henderson. It's a bit of a test now to see whether Manchester United can keep up the intensity in the last 10 minutes of this first half. Robertson. And again, but it bounces off him.
I mean, it is difficult for Liverpool when they get the ball in and around the box. Credit to Manchester United. We've talked before about how easy they are to play against, but it's really tough. So many players behind the ball. One player goes a bit of challenge, the next one's there. That's what you have to be as a team defensively. Really compact.
Liverpool's turn to press here and make it awkward for Varane, and it works to the extent of getting a throw well up the pitch. It is essential. Luis Diaz, he is a scrapper, he's a skillful player as well, but it looks like one who's come from the school of hard knocks and isn't frightened to hand a few out. Henderson. Away by Malacia. Van Dijk. Gomez got there, but free kick is given.
It's the best I've seen Fernandes for a while. Outstanding when he first came to United, set an incredibly high bar. He just dropped off it, but he's been good tonight.
There's Darwin Núñez alongside Thiago. Thiago injured. Núñez, of course, suspended for the headbutt on Joachim Anderson of Crystal Palace.
It was a big moment in that game, but you can see that Núñez tonight, he would have been a real threat running in behind. And they just haven't got that. Firmino obviously comes to the ball a lot more.
Firmino. He's done well to find Alexander-Arnold. Elanga sticking with him. Henderson. Milner's in the centre-forward position. Salah. Elliott. Dalot across. They're just breathing a bit, Manchester United. They've put a lot into this 40 minutes.
Yeah, they put an awful lot into it. I think they'll have to obviously just defend in shape, be solid, and try and get through to half-time to get the breath back. At the moment, Liverpool really are on top and punishing them with pass after pass.
Van Dijk. Firmino. The hub of it all. He's on his game. Alexander-Arnold, Firmino setting up Salah. Needing more desperate defending now. Martinez threw himself in, gets the high fives. Don't know how much Salah saw of the goal.
Yeah, he worked it well. Firmino just lays it back to Mo Salah. You only see him set it out in that far corner. I think he tried to pull it back into David De Gea's near post.
Inside the last 5 minutes of the first half, Liverpool trailing 1-0, but they have the corner. Oh! How did that stay out? Back in by Elliott. Bruno Fernandes right by that post, and Martinez. Confusion.
Wow.
Well, he gets a free header, James Milner. He puts it back across goal, and Fernandes just smashes it at Martinez. He doesn't know anything about it, the centre-back.
Yeah, there was a check for handball. It certainly wasn't that.
He blocks it. And that's what they're checking, whether it was a handball. No, it just hits him on the side of his ribs.
Well, he's had a little bit of luck there, Martinez, but we said before the game, this may be his type of game. And I think he's been excellent in this first half, really has. That man had more luck, no doubt, but just hitting Martinez on the... I can't even get my words out, I'm still gobsmacked how it stayed out.
It was Milner's header in the first place. Elanga. No foul. Henderson. Luis Diaz got inside Dalot. Didn't quite take the ball with him. Varane. Here's Rashford on the run. Van Dijk isolated. But he knows his job, but he's got all the tools to do it. Virgil van Dijk. He needed a bit of cover then.
Yeah, I don't mind that from Marcus Rashford. There have been times where he's been ignoring those one-on-ones in the last few months of last season and this season, where he's not taken that opponent on. You prefer to see him do that and get stopped and turn back the way and refuse the 1v1.
Gomez. Liverpool don't want this half to come to an end. Here's Robertson reflecting the mood. Elliott. It's a lovely weighted ball to Robertson. Varane was where United needed him to be.
He's starting to have an impact. I think Diaz and Harvey Elliott are the two players you think could produce something for Liverpool. Lovely weighted pass. Does well Varane in the end, getting his little back.
Different approach for Liverpool from this corner. Players coming from deeper. Van Dijk is such a danger. It's over him. Taken away by Varane. Robertson. Fernandes hustling and bustling. Conducting the crowd. Here's Milner sneaking in round the back and comfortably David De Gea.
Well, where do you stand on the fact that Bruno Fernandes seems to play better when Cristiano Ronaldo isn't playing?
I think it's a fact. I mean, the stats don't lie. You see him out there on the pitch tonight, all of them. He's certainly...
You feel like you're watching a team, don't you?
Oh, this is a team performance. I mean, I can't believe what I'm watching in this first 45 minutes. If you said to me an hour ago, 6 hours ago, 5 days ago that Manchester United would perform like this, I didn't think they would be capable. This is a remarkable turnaround in this first half. And what a job he must have done this week. Massive questions after
Van
last
Dijk.
week.
And when goalkeeper and defender get that close together, it normally spells chaos.
Liverpool have been absolutely shocking defensively. That just sums it up. Not at the races at all. But he's been... Oh, Lord. He was actually around, he got the yellow card before. I thought it was Dallo, but he's been really tight and aggressive. It's been a real good battle, that one.
But they've been aggressive from minute one. They've been on the edge, the Manchester United's defenders.
So they should be. They're playing Liverpool. The whole Wales watching them. They're getting criticised left, right and centre. You're always going to come out and be aggressive. Just whether Liverpool could cope with it.
The referee has indicated a minimum of 1 minute of added time.
It's been a brilliant first half for Manchester United, but this would be a killer blow.
Liverpool looking for a leveller on the stroke of half-time. Well, 4 changes for Manchester United. Erik Ten Hag's got some of his own players into the team. And they, as I said right at the start, the youngest Manchester United starting 11 since rather a throwaway game at the end of the season before last at Wolves. So they've been younger, they're hungrier. And Liverpool are in an all too familiar position. Jadon Sancho with a goal of great calmness and technique. Jurgen Klopp not calm, and he's got to half-time team talk to give, but it's a familiar one in the sense that they are 1-0 down again, Liverpool, as has happened in the 6 previous games. They haven't lost any of those 6. They've got work to do to stop Ten Hag's team beating them here at Old Trafford tonight. 1-0 to United at half-time.